stuffs again. So my cookie is all clean, so it's time for me to blend it, then cook it. All right, let's go straight to the blending part. This is easy. This is the most easiest, the easiest part of it. So just stay tuned. You can use any blender, it doesn't really matter whatever blender you use, just blend. But one thing I would like to say here though, is very important that when you are blending, make sure you do not get the coffee beans to be pasty. Like I don't know how I can explain this. It should not be too smooth, if I should put it like that. It should be like a little bit like granite. Anyway, let me blend it, and I'll try my best to explain with the texture. I'll show you, because if you make it too smooth, your cookie is gonna come out when you cook it tight, like too tight together. It's not gonna have that fluffy taste or fluffy appearance. Sorry guys, I don't know how to explain that. I'm just gonna shut up and show you how to do it. Let me try to show you what I mean by the texture. I don't know if you can really see, and besides I'm not sure you can really see. So what I do is that when I blend it, I always check to see if it's okay. So if you look at that, I'm not sure you can really see that. If you look at it, it's not that smooth. It has some how can I say, will I say crunchy, or it has some little grains inside. Really like little grains. It's not smooth, because if it is smooth, you're gonna see that when you pass your fingers on, or you know, it's gonna be like just smooth. And when you make the cookie like that, when you make the cookie in that way, it's not gonna come out in a like looking fluffy and taste in the mouth. It's gonna be just clumpy, or it's gonna be clumped together and so tight, not having a good taste in the mouth, if that makes sense. So that's how I see it. I don't know about other people. Some people may prefer it smooth, but I don't like it like that. I like it fluffy. When I eat, it fills my mouth and it feels good. So that is what I meant by do not grind it so pasty, so smooth, you know, like some other things. Okay, for those who know pap, right, do not make it to be like pap. Pap is really too smooth, so you don't want to make your coffee beans to be like that. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Yes, do not make your coffee smooth like pap. Let it have some little grains inside. Yeah. All right guys, this is so I've blended my coffee beans. So this is the last one I want to blend. So before I blend that, I first of all I put in my onions and pepper. I blend it first, like I told you, because I do not want the coffee beans to blend too much. Now I add the little beans that's still left, and you want to make sure that when you're taking that last part of the beans, make sure you are careful. Sometimes you have some little crystalline or stones at the bottom of it. You may not easily distinguish it, so you make sure that when you at that last part of it, make sure that you really take your time to look through it, making sure you don't pick any stones to blend in your cookie. Sometimes you can buy Koki from some places, or you eat from somebody and you're feeling like as if you are, you know, chewing on stones, you know. So that's what happens, because they probably mistakenly put some stones in there without knowing, and it's very, very, very annoying when you eat and you feel like you're chewing on sand or something. So you want to be very careful when you're taking this last part of it. Again, guys, sorry you hear my song especially making noise at the background, so please just ignore him. Yeah, so that's what we do. You see, I'm taking a lot of time here is because I do not want any stones. I'm trying to see if I can see any of them so I can show you guys. See if I can see any stone in here. All right, good, right here. So this is what I'm saying. You see, I don't know how I can show this. I don't know if you see it. Let me put on my arm, on my palm. Yeah, this is it. So this is like some little concrete like stones. It's really little. So if you're not careful, you're gonna drop this in the Koki beans, and that is really awful with somebody, if somebody has to chew on this. So you have to take your time to make sure you do not put this in the blender. I'm happy I saw this one. So sometimes you can even put it on your palm. If it is too small, try to spread it out like that. If you spread it out like that, you can easily find the stones. So that's it. That's one last important part I want to show you guys before we continue. And now I can finish my blending. Alright guys, here is the Koki. This is the next part we are doing. You see this, the color kind of brown is because I just put Maggi. So this is, I use Maggi cube. This part I really cannot help much because I really cannot tell you how much Maggi you should use. That depends on your taste buds pretty much. Yeah, so I can't really tell you that I use 10, 20 or 5. It just depends on you. Some people don't eat too much Maggi, some people don't eat salt. But guys, this is so important. So guys, this part is very important, like real super important, because if you miss this, all the good work you did washing the what do you call it, washing the beans, taking out all those little eyes, black eye, it's not gonna help. This part is very important. Everything has to be on point. If you put too much salt, you're in trouble. If you put less salt, you're in trouble. So there has to be a balance. You must have a balance. Yeah, so your Maggi and your salt should be on point. If not, the final product is going to be disastrous. I don't know how I can help with that. I can just say use your judgment on how you feel the taste and do your best. But little trick for me is that I do not put salt until I have put the Maggi and seen that and tasted that it tastes good in the mouth first. Salt is the last thing I put, and I put it very sparingly, because salt, in as much as it can make the food good, it can spoil that food real good. So I put salt last, and just a little bit, just to have that salt, that little salt taste in it. Most of it is Maggi, yes, because salt will definitely if you miss it, you've spoiled the whole food. Yeah, so let's get to it. So while I'm doing this, another thing I'm checking is the consistency of the Koki corn. Sorry, oh my god, Koki corn. This consistency of the Koki beans, you know. So you check the Koki beans because you don't want it to be too thick too. So you check it. So I would say this consistency is kind of thick. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys was my vegetable I use fresh spinach, not the frozen one, the fresh one, fresh spinach. And the reason I use fresh spinach because right now it's hard to see the cocoa leaf, what we use in Cameroon back home. We all know what cocoa leaf is. That one is superb. Usually in summer, that's what I use. Summer I use cocoa leaf to do both my eggplant and anything that has to do with leaf, like putting it in my cocoa Bible, using it to do eggplant, putting it in Koki beans, and even Koki corn. I use that in summer because I can find it, but right now it's not easy to come by. So I use spinach. Spinach is a substitute for this when it comes to Koki beans and Koki corn. So I'm just gonna add some little water. So I'm gonna add more Maggi. Alright guys, I'm gonna add some Maggi because it's not sweet like I told you. And guys, you do not want to throw your Maggi in this. You do not want to throw your Maggi. You better please do not, else you are gonna regret it so bad. Because if you just throw in your Maggi there without oh, let's say like this one is too hot, I can't press this one. Okay, I got it. If you just take it and throw it there, guys, and you cook it, it's not gonna melt in it. It is not gonna melt. You're gonna bring out your, probably one of the bundles is gonna come out with Maggi standing there and looking at you. So please make sure you how will I say, that Maggi is not full in it. Try to, this one is so hard. I can't do this one. Okay, like for those who don't want to use this Maggi, you can use this one. That one is already like browned. So me, I use both. I use both Maggis. I use this one, it's seasoning, and I use the other regular one. So like you see, I've not added any salt yet. And make sure everything is okay. And I add just a pinch, pinch of salt, like just literally just a little bit. Sometimes if I'm cooking for my home, I don't even put the salt. See something like this, just a little bit, So if you have noticed, I've not put oil yet. My oil is on the stove. I'm warming the thing up. So the cookie is coming out. I remember that what you do now is whatever result you get now is the same result you're going to get at the end of the cookie when you finish cooking it. So if it is not sweet now, don't expect any magic for it to come out of that pot sweet. If it is salty now, there is no magic that you will do to make it come out not salty. So that's why I said that if at the end of the day you do all the washing and everything good and you do not succeed in this part, you just failed the whole exam. Yeah, so it's very important. I'm gonna add some little water again. I don't want it to be too thick. Now I'm gonna add my vegetable. This is spinach. I bought 3 bags, but I don't think I'm gonna use it all for this. It's kind of too much. So this is my the oil. I warmed it too much. It's not supposed to be too warm. So I just put a little bit there. This is too warm. It's not supposed to be that warm. I'm gonna fry everything up. So I put it need more. Like I said, it's not supposed to be this warm, guys. Don't you pick this warm. This one is too warm. You just have to make it not to be tight. So and mind you that when you put the oil is going to reduce the taste of the Maggi. So you have to taste it again and see if it is okay. If it is not, then you go ahead and add either your salt or your Maggi, depending on how you want it. Therefore, the vegetable, it just depends on how much the vegetable you want inside. Some people like a lot of vegetable inside, but you don't want to put too much vegetable because when you put it, it's spinach. Spinach is gonna make it soft. So be careful on how you put it. This is just enough for me. I think so. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Maggi again because the oil reduces the Maggi taste. And that onion part of it, guys, is very important. Onions, do not miss out your onions. Like I told you guys, the oil was too hot, so I had to use another. I had to dilute the oil. See that? Now, some people, like the people from Nigeria, they use vegetable oil and put other stuff in there. But me, I'm doing right now the typical Cameroon style of Koki. Koki beans, we use palm oil and vegetable, that's all. I need more oil. I need more oil to this. So this one's going to take you about a liter, and yeah, a liter of oil, 1 liter, and maybe a little more. Yeah, but they're about 1 liter should be okay. Should be okay for this one. 1 liter of oil should be okay, unless you want some extra oil like me. I like oil. You can add more, but 1 liter